What is going on, everyone? It is a slightly crappy day here in North Carolina, but it's a good day because we are going to go to RPM Motorsports and tune the Trailblazer, finally. So the first thing we have to do is change the oil. I've already had it draining overnight just to make sure that all the old oil gets out of it. So now we're going to throw some new oil in it. We've got a Royal Purple HPS 530. I'm going to throw it in there real quick, check the level, fire this thing up, make sure it's all good, and then we're going to hit the road. Okay, everything's checking out good, so I'm going to button this up and then we'll head up to RPM. All right, here we are. We got the heat turned on in the shop. Trailblazer is strapped down. We're going to wait for Ryan to get here. He should be here any minute. Then we're going to get started. So excited and nervous, both. I hope it makes good numbers. I hope everything works like it's supposed to. We'll find out here in a minute. All right, so we just made what would have been the last pull on the dyno, and it started leaking oil right afterwards. What we found out is the oil pressure sending unit has started to leak. So I'm gonna reach back there real quick and replace it, and then all we have to do is street drive it. All right, we've got the new oil pressure sending unit in. It doesn't leak. Probably gonna call it a day. Show you guys the dyno graph. All right, so we were making pulls in second gear because we didn't know the mile an hour, how fast it was gonna go in third. So this is where we left off when the oil pressure sending unit decided to let go. So 386 horsepower, 348 foot-pounds of torque. You can see the horsepower keeps climbing, mainly because of that intake. So we're probably going to pick this up another day. I put a cheapy oil pressure sending unit in it. I'm going to get one from GM, a little bit better quality to make sure that this doesn't happen again. A little windy out here, so I hope this video works out. All right, so we got the Trailblazer off the dyno. Let me explain what happened. So Ryan was making a pull, and we were pulling it in second gear because I wasn't ready to spin it up to 140, 150 miles an hour. So in second gear, it was going about up to 100 at redline. We were spinning to 6,700. So the goal was to get it in third gear and spin it up to about 7,200. What happened was oil pressure on this motor is really good. So we were seeing about 112, 113 at the top of the pole. The O'Reilly's oil pressure sending unit that was in it blew the guts out of it and sprayed oil everywhere. So that kind of ended my dyno session for the day. I put another O'Reilly's oil pressure sending unit back in it, but I'm gonna have to order one from GM just because I know it'll be a little bit better quality part. So not a total loss today. 386 wheel horsepower in second gear. Just from the Trailblazers we've done in the past, we should see about 420, 430 in third gear. So we'll get it back on the dyno another day. At least now I know it's safe to drive. It was really lean at wide open throttle, so I'm glad I wasn't out here beating on it. So that's going to do it for today, guys. I appreciate you watching. Like I said, I'll get it back on the dyno another day. Follow me on Instagram. I try to post up stuff about the Trailblazer and other projects that I'm working on daily. And we will see you guys next time.
Alright, so I'm sitting here editing this video, and I left out a little bit of information that I wanted to add at the end of this. So, we were never really watching oil pressure when we were making pulls on the dyno. I knew it was good on the street, so it wasn't really important for us to watch that number. We went back and looked at some of the logs, and oil pressure was reading really erratic. So it would start off about 45, go up to 80, drop down to 50, go up to 100, drop down, go up to 113, I think was the highest we ever saw. So we're thinking that there was something wrong with the oil pressure sending unit from the beginning, just not something we were watching. You know, if it was 0, we would have said, you know, wait, we got to look at this. After the oil pressure sending unit broke, we thought it was actually leaking trans fluid. We couldn't really see the fluid that well. I fired it up, and the oil pressure on the dash read 0. So immediately I thought I really heard something, and we were going to have a really bad day. Luckily, it was just the oil pressure sending unit that had failed. So threw a new one in it. I drove the truck home. I'm going to order one from GM, like I said, and we are going to get that in the truck and get it back on the dyno because I know it'll make more power than it did last weekend. So, like I said, guys, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Watch out for more videos. We'll see you next time.